What you're about to see isn't just a bad science take, it's a public intellectual faceplant of epic proportions. Neil deGrasse Tyson, astrophysicist, TV personality, and pop science mascot, just tried to casually dismiss Tesla, one of the most brilliant inventors in human history. He didn't merely disagree with Tesla. He didn't offer a cautious critique. No, Tyson sat back, smug and overconfident, and waved away Tesla's work on wireless energy transmission like a bored professor swatting at a conspiracy theory. And in doing so, Neil exposed something far more damning than ignorance. He revealed the rot at the core of modern scientific elitism, a culture where status matters more than depth, where charisma outranks comprehension, and where men like Neil can comfortably mock minds like Tesla's, even while surrounded by technology Tesla envisioned a century ago. Make no mistake, this video isn't just about defending Tesla. This is about showing you how the celebrity science complex actively undermines innovation by dismissing real genius as fantasy, simply because it doesn't fit inside their safe, academic boxes. Let's break down Tyson's smug dismissal, line by line, and show exactly why Tesla operated on a level Neil deGrasse Tyson will never reach.
Speaking of Tesla and electricity, what did you think about Tesla's initial idea that Westinghouse shot down to sort of broadcast electricity so that people could just pull it out of the air?
Yeah, so the people in the Nikola Tesla fan club somehow feel that he got wronged in his life, okay? And surely some of that is true with regard to
patents.
His business acumen, yes, and patents, and who owns the patent, and who does he have good business sense? Is he as savvy or as sneaky, whatever other words you might apply to Edison, all right? So I get that. But his contributions to electromagnetism are real and recognized in the world of physics. Like I said, there's a unit of electromagnetism named after him. So don't come crying to me and say he was not recognized by my people, okay? He's recognized. He had some ideas that were a little out there, and out there on a level where it almost certainly would have not worked.
Listen to that tone. A little out there. This is the language of academic condescension, the kind of dismissive attitude that has historically crushed innovation. Neil sits there, comfortable in his tenure and TV deals, casually waving away ideas from one of history's greatest experimental minds. But here's what's infuriating: Tyson has never built anything. He's never taken a theoretical concept and made it work in the real world. He's never risked his reputation on a wild experiment that might fail. Tesla did all of that, constantly. Tesla was in the laboratory, hands dirty, pushing the boundaries of what was possible. Yet Neil, who spends his time giving TED Talks and writing pop science books, feels qualified to declare Tesla's wireless power transmission ideas almost certainly would have not worked. This is the arrogance of the modern academic class. They mistake their ability to explain existing knowledge for the ability to create new knowledge.
And here's why, okay? Electromagnetic energy is communicating between us. I see you, that's because visible light is reflecting off of your scalp, okay, to me. It's reflecting off of my nose back to you. You can ask, how much energy is in that? Well, not much. There's not much energy in visible light photons. If you stayed there long enough, you might feel a little warmth from it, but no, you're not gonna drive a car with that energy. You're not gonna run a motor with it, okay. Well, of what good is it? Oh, you know what we found? We can use electromagnetic radio waves, which are the lowest form of electromagnetic energy, lowest energy level of all of our life. We can use radio waves not to transmit energy. That's not the point of it. The point is to transmit information. And information became what characterized the modern era. And that's why in the 1950s and 60s, when everyone is imagining flying cars and motorized sidewalks, everything is running on energy because they're thinking energy is going to be free in the future. But what they didn't figure was that information would be free or easy to transmit and to generate and to store and to delete. And whereas the energy that it would take to move things and to drive things, that would be a problem. No one saw that coming. Nobody saw that coming. So, as your photons get higher and higher energy, yes, you can start doing things with them. You get X-rays and gamma rays. But that's not what Tesla was referring to. He was talking about moving radio waves through the space that would charge things up. You can't pack sufficient energy in your radio wave to do anything we need to do mechanically.
Currently.
This is where Neil reveals he either doesn't understand Tesla's actual proposal or he's deliberately misrepresenting it. Tesla wasn't trying to pack energy into radio waves like Neil suggests. Tesla's system was based on using the Earth itself as a conductor, creating standing waves in the Earth ionosphere cavity. Tesla's idea was fundamentally different from broadcasting radio waves through the air. He was talking about using resonant frequencies to create standing electromagnetic waves that could be tapped into anywhere on Earth. It's like the difference between shouting across a room and setting up a telephone network. But Neil reduces it to this simplistic, radio waves can't carry enough energy argument, which completely misses the point. This is either intellectual laziness or deliberate misrepresentation. Either way, it's embarrassing for someone who's supposed to be explaining complex science to the public.
Well,
But back then, would it be sufficient?
there might have been something you could have done with your radio waves because the needs were no, I take that back. That was the height of the Industrial Revolution. That was the age of the machine, the age of the giant turbines. Radio energy is not touching that.
This is a textbook example of modern minds failing to grasp historical context. Tesla didn't propose to replace turbines. He proposed to revolutionize distribution. The Industrial Revolution had solved generation. The problem was distance, transmitting energy across miles with minimal loss. Tesla's system, global wireless transmission, was a paradigm shift. Instead of miles of copper wires, he envisioned nodes transmitting power directly to devices through tuned frequencies. It would have allowed electrification of remote regions without infrastructure. In other words, the Internet of Energy, in 1900. But Tyson sees radio waves and thinks inefficient. He sees Tesla's tower and thinks crank. He sees innovation and thinks danger. The tragedy isn't that Tyson disagrees, it's that he doesn't even grasp what Tesla was trying to do. The depth, the vision, the sheer intellectual horsepower completely escapes him.
Right, but wasn't it possible that he was considering it for things like radios or light bulbs or household items? Would it be possible to use that power for that?
So now what happens? So the radio waves, if you had enough power in radio waves to generate a light bulb, to power a light bulb, well, through the air? Are you standing in the way of this? This energy has pathways. We now send energy through wires because you're not standing in the way of the wire. The wire is buried. The wire has insulation.
It would
The
have some
wire's
sort of
on a high
residual
suspension thing. You want to move it through the air and you want to walk around like, no, that's not how that works.
What I've heard,
If you're
people
moving enough
discuss-
energy through the air to power something that itself could kill you, the energy moving through the air could kill you.
This is where Neil abandons scientific rigor and just resorts to fear tactics. He's basically saying, if it's powerful enough to work, it's too dangerous to exist. But this is absurd. We already live surrounded by potentially lethal energy systems that work perfectly safely with proper engineering. Your microwave oven operates at 2.45 gigahertz and can cook food in minutes. Cell towers broadcast at power levels that would be dangerous up close. High-voltage power lines carry enough electricity to kill you instantly. The question isn't whether energy can be dangerous, it's whether it can be controlled and contained. Tesla understood this. He wasn't some reckless inventor throwing around dangerous forces. He was obsessed with precision, control, and safety. The man who gave us the AC power system that safely lights your house was certainly capable of thinking through the safety implications of wireless power. But Neil just throws up his hands and says, too dangerous. This isn't scientific analysis, it's the kind of reactionary thinking that would have prevented most major technological advances.
Unless you bring a little bit amount and then you store it and then use it later. You could do it that way. Sure.
Some sort of battery
Yeah,
system.
you need a storage system.
But you would still probably have some sort of residual effect of having this stuff broadcast through the air. And who knows what it would do to human health.
If you needed that much energy, right now, the energy to transmit information is so low that it has no effect on your health. That's why I can pull out my cell phone. I'm in a brick. This is fake brick. That's fake brick. I'm in a
No,
build.
those are real bricks.
No, it's not. No.
Yes, it is. Go touch it.
I don't believe you.
Go ahead. Those are real bricks. Go touch the bricks, man. Jesus Christ, he thinks we got fake bricks. Who do you think we are?
Okay.
Oh,
You got it.
thought I was a liar. How weird. Now, let me be honest.
So
It's a veneer.
a brick veneer. Okay, it's
But
not holding
from
anything up.
real buildings.
So it's not structural
They
brick.
Slice the end off bricks and then they mortar it in and everything like real bricks to make it look cool.
Okay, so we're both right.
No, it's real brick.
It's real brick, but it's not structural. It's
real
not structural
fake.
brick. So here I am. I'm real fake. So we're inside. I can pull out my cell phone and have a phone call.
Yes.
These are microwaves of a frequency that can penetrate walls, send information to my cell phone, and I can communicate using information and not have that energy kill me.
But it's not enough to power the actual
It
device
is not
itself.
enough to power the device. Correct.
So in Tesla's
So Tesla,
days,
everyone is thinking he's got the solution to the future transmission of energy. No, he doesn't.
This is the most revealing moment of the entire conversation. Neil, with supreme confidence, declares that Tesla simply doesn't have a solution. Case closed. Discussion over. But here's what Neil conveniently ignores: Tesla's wireless power research is still being pursued today. Companies like Witricity are working on wireless power transmission for electric vehicles. MIT has demonstrated wireless power transfer over several feet. The military is researching wireless power for remote sensors and drones. Even if Tesla's specific approach had limitations, the fundamental principle that energy can be transmitted wirelessly is not only valid but actively being developed. Tesla was exploring concepts that we're still working on over a century later. So when Neil says, no, he doesn't have a solution, he's not making a scientific argument. He's making an authoritative declaration based on his own limited understanding and prejudices about what's possible.
well, I don't think anyone's saying that, but what
He
they are
did,
saying
and
is,
his fans do.
but back then there were no computers. Back then
Correct.
there were no televisions.
But we did have machines. It was the era of the big machine.
right, but I don't think he was insinuating that you could use.
I don't know
that
what he wanted to power with
factories.
it. I don't know what he would have powered with it, if not light bulbs. And
Let's be blunt. Tesla wasn't just a better inventor than Neil deGrasse Tyson, he was a better thinker. A better engineer. A better visionary. He created technologies that reshaped civilization. He saw patterns where others saw noise. He dreamed up systems 100 years before they were feasible. And Neil? He gives interviews. He talks about stars. He narrates documentaries. He tells kids Pluto isn't a planet. He hasn't invented a damn thing. Tesla made electricity flow through the veins of modern life. Tyson makes sound bites. Tesla died broke, alone, and misunderstood, because he was too far ahead of the people around him. Tyson thrives on TV, because he's perfectly calibrated to the average IQ of his audience. The only thing more embarrassing than Tyson's comments on Tesla is that people take them seriously. This is a warning: never confuse credentials with genius. Never assume a media platform equals mastery. And never, ever, let a man who's never built a power system tell you that the greatest electrical engineer in history didn't know what he was doing. Tesla was the mind. Tyson is just the mouth. And history will remember the difference.